Welcome back. The Wildlife Center of Venice is treating a large number of sick birds. They all seem to be suffering from the same thing, a disease common in red tide. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley is joining us now live from Venice with how the center is dealing with this influx. Christopher.
Well, Haley, levels of red tide are extremely low right now, but that does not mean it has gone away completely. At the Wildlife Center of Venice, even when red tide levels are low, they see its terrible effects.
We have around 30 critical birds right now on the porch.
Is that more or less than usual?
It's more than usual because of the red tide. Most of these are picked up off the beach.
On Wednesday, we couldn't find any red tide on Venice beaches, but remnants of it have killed off some fish.
Red tide algae gives off a neurotoxin which can harm birds as well as fish and mammals.
The problem for birds comes when they feast on the dead fish. They can quickly become sick.
They're kind of dull, their eyes are dull, they're very slow in response. Again, they stagger.
Larry Cole with the Wildlife Center of Venice sees these birds often. He told us there is a serious indicator that a bird is sick.
Well, one that doesn't leave, one that walk up to and it just looks at you, you know that something's wrong with it.
Coral asked if you see a bird that seems sick to please contact the Wildlife Center.
We've been seeing a red tide bloom in our area since September. It has persisted since then.
But the numbers are down. The Florida Department of Wildlife runs weekly tests. According to Mote Marine, last week's levels are very low. This week, they seem to be normal for much of the Suncoast. And in Venice, the levels have been non-existent, meaning there's no red tide at all. But the 30 or so birds in critical care at the Wildlife Center apparently didn't get that news. The Wildlife Center of Venice is in desperate need of volunteers to help out with these birds. Now, there could be another algae bloom heading towards us, but no one knows for sure because no one can say with any certainty which way the wind will blow. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.